In a small town of India lived a 14-year-old girl named Mira. Her family was poor. Her father was a farmer who worked hard in the fields every day, and her mother managed the house with patience and love. Life was simple but full of struggles, and the villagers carried traditional beliefs. Most of them thought that girls were only meant to cook, clean, and get married early. But Mira was different. She loved colors and brushes more than anything. She dreamed of becoming a great artist one day and showing her paintings to the whole world. Whenever she saw the sun rise over the fields, children playing by the river, or women carrying water pots, she imagined them as paintings in her mind. But whenever she spoke about her dream, people laughed. "Art doesn't feed you," they said. "Girls should learn household work, not waste time." Yet, Mira never stopped believing in her dream. One afternoon, an announcement was made in the town square. A state-level painting competition would be held in the nearby city, and the winner would receive a cash prize and a scholarship to study in a famous art school. Mira's heart leapt with joy. She rushed home and told her parents. Her mother worried because they had no money for brushes or good paper. Her father looked into her eyes and said, "If my daughter believes in herself, then I will believe in her too." Mira decided she would not give up. With no proper tools, she started practicing on old newspapers, crushing flowers to make colors, mixing soil with water for shades, and using charcoal from burnt wood as black. Every evening after finishing schoolwork and household chores, she sat under a small lamp and painted. Her mother would often say, "Don't strain your eyes, child. But I know you will do something one day." One evening, her father returned from the market with a small packet. Inside were a few brushes, some cheap colors, and plain sheets of paper. "I sold a small sack of grains," he said softly. "It's not much, But just a week before the competition, a storm struck their village. Rainwater leaked into their tiny house, and her paintings and colors were ruined. Mira sat crying near the soaked sheets, whispering, "Why does this always happen to me?" Her mother placed a hand on her shoulder and said gently, "Failures test our strength. If you want to win, don't give up now." That night, Mira gathered all her courage. She went out into the fields and collected flower petals to make red and yellow, crushed green leaves, used turmeric for golden shades, and mixed ash with water for gray. She started again. Slowly, her paintings came alive, raw but full of soul. She painted scenes from her village: farmers working, children playing, women carrying water. Every stroke carried her heart. Finally, the day of the competition arrived. Mira wore her simple dress, carried her rolled-up paintings in a cloth bag, and set off for the city. Her parents gave her blessings with pride. When she reached the competition hall, her eyes widened. Students from big schools stood in neat uniforms with shiny palettes, expensive colors, and large canvases. Some of them looked at her small cloth bag and laughed quietly. Mira felt nervous and thought of leaving, but then her father's words echoed in her mind. "If you believe in yourself, nothing is impossible." She stayed. The theme was announced: the bond of nature and life. Mira's heart jumped. This was her world, her village, her colors. She began to paint carefully. While others worked with fancy tools, she dipped her brush into her natural colors and poured her soul onto the canvas. She painted a majestic tree with roots connecting farmers, women, and children, a true symbol of life. The judges walked around, nodding at different works. But when they came near Mira, they stopped for a long time, quietly watching her creation. After hours, the results were announced. Third place, second place, and then the first prize goes to Mira from Little Flower High School. For a moment she froze, unable to believe. The hall filled with applause as she walked up to the stage with trembling hands and teary eyes. The chief guest praised her. "This young girl has reminded us that art is not about money, but about imagination, spirit, and courage." Along with a trophy and a cash prize, she was awarded a full scholarship to study in one of the best art schools in the state. Her parents cried with pride, and even the villagers who once mocked her now celebrated her. Standing on stage, Mira looked at the crowd and said, I had nothing but determination. I lost my colors, but I found new ones in nature. I had no canvas, but I found space in my heart. Today I have proved that if you have courage and never give up, no dream is impossible. The hall once again filled with applause, and in that moment, Mira knew her journey had only just begun.